Good move. It's Sunday, December 24th, 2023, and I am your host, Crossdeck Arcade. I go by the name Pete. Whichever name you choose, feel free to use. It's a foggy, damp, and warm Christmas Eve here in the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area. No snow this year for Christmas. In fact, it's pretty much going to rain all day tomorrow on Christmas Day, and it's going to be warm like it is going to be today. So I might actually do a run outside tomorrow on Christmas Day just to celebrate the holiday. Might even wear this hat. You never know. So how are you all doing? I hope that you have gotten all your shopping done. If you haven't, you got one day left. And then a pretty intense session of wrapping later this evening, like I do. So I haven't wrapped a single present yet. Fortunately for me, I don't have many to wrap, so I'll be done in about 5 or 6. So, yeah. It's been an interesting week, interesting couple of weeks, really, in the home arcade reality. And most recently with the announcement of the AtGames 4K Legends arcade unit, and we'll talk about that a little bit. The other announcement a couple of weeks ago was the Nova Blast arcade cabinet, both of which I will tell you up front I have no interest in buying, and we'll get into why I don't particularly care for those two. This hobby for me is mostly about nostalgia. I want to walk into this arcade behind me and feel like I'm walking into an 80s arcade. Now, granted, some of the games in here are 90s games, and that's okay. My nostalgia level for those are pretty little. I think in a previous show, I pretty much went over my nostalgia. I ranked my cabinets in order of nostalgia. So as you know, I'm working on my T2 mod right behind me. I will bring up the cell phone camera. This is my Space Invaders cabinet. This is the current state that it's in. It's missing a marquee, and it's missing you can't really tell from this picture, but it's missing the front panel riser art. And Buy Stuff Arcades has assured me they're working on both, so I assume they're busy getting orders out the door, and they'll eventually get around to me. The sad thing is I'm working on a video trying to get this out. There's not too much content on the Buy Stuff integration mod / retro shooter / artwork total swap out. So I want to get that video done and cut together. I'm not the best at video editing, but I'm going to give it the old college try. And but anyway, this is the state that the cabinet's in right now. Most of the artwork is done. It looks beautiful. This is probably going to be my favorite cabinet once all is said and done. I have a lot of nostalgia for Space Invaders. The artwork just pops. It's very colorful, adds a lot of color to my arcade, and it's going to be basically in the position that it's in now, unless I get a big buck hunter, and then it's probably going to be facing this station right now, caddy corner, and then big buck hunter will be next to it. So I'm kind of waiting for a sale on Big Buck Hunter, but for now, that's pretty much where the cabinet's going to be. It's going to hit you in the face as soon as you walk into my arcade. That color and the lit LED buttons. I love the button color scheme that Buy Stuff chose. It's beautiful, and the marquee the bezel is beautiful. And I couldn't ask for a better mod. I did wire up the Retro Shooter kit just because I got anxious and I wanted to play. I do plan on doing filming full wiring process or procedure. A little modification here and there from me, but for the most part, I followed PD7's guidelines in his video for wiring the Retro Shooter kit up with the Buy Stuff control panel. So that's the state of that. I can't wait to get it done. I can't wait to get the rest of the artwork done and this buttoned up. And I can't wait to get that video done for you all to see. So you have something that hopefully helps you in if you're considering doing a full mod like I did. And so, yeah. Anyway, looking at my whole arcade this morning, it's pretty dark and dreary day, and I like to keep the lights out in here as much as possible and just play games by the marquee and screen lights and just the whole sound and vibe. I have the sound muted on all of the arcade cabinets. I didn't really want it bleeding into the video here, but that's why it's so quiet in the background there. I do have a problem with my Star Wars pinball. The monitor seems to be going on it, so I may have to do an eventual monitor replacement on that pinball. What seems to happen with that, and it seems to have warmed up. It seems as the monitor warms up, the screen comes in. So weird, but I'm dealing with it. So I hope that your Christmases so far are going good, and that the arcade 1-up angels were good to you. I only bought 2 cabs this holiday season, both on sale. The rest of the cabinets on sale weren't big enough sales for me to jump on or move on. The only 2 cabinets that I kind of have my eye on right now, sale wise, is the X-Men cabinet and the Dragon's Lair cabinet. Dragon's Lair I have more nostalgia for because I remember when that game first hit the arcades, and I remember the lines that took place to be able to play that cabinet. So it's, do I want to have those in my arcade? Sure. The X-Men cabinet, not really a lot of nostalgia for, but I like the artwork on it, and I think it'd be a great addition. I'm not too crazy about the fact that it's a 4-player control panel, so that would probably tip the scales in Dragon's Lair's favor, because that's a beautiful cab, and I would love to have it because it's a different form factor. So I have been physically going to various Ross stores in my area looking for arcade 1-ups, because I've seen pictures of folks that have picked up the Centipede Legacy cabinet from a Ross for fairly cheap. So I've hit a few of them, and none of my Ross stores have arcade 1-up cabinets in them. They have a little bit of toys for kids, and that's about it. But first time I ever set foot in a Ross store was in the last couple of weeks. So anyway, I'm going to try and keep this stream short because, like probably many of my fellow men out there, you're waiting to the last minute to get certain gift items. And there's a couple of things I'd still like to get for my sweetheart that I haven't gotten yet. So this will probably be a real short stream. Probably try to keep it to a half an hour, because as soon as that I get done here, I gotta beat feet and hit the road. So if you're doing the same thing that I'm doing, if you're going out shopping for your sweetheart today, good luck to you. I hope you find what you're looking for, and hope you find it fast so you can get back home and get in your recliner and rest the rest of the day, because that's what I'm hoping to do. My sweetheart gets off work. Yes, she's working on Christmas Eve. She's also working tomorrow on Christmas Day. She's an opener for Starbucks. So she'll be getting up before the crack of dawn tomorrow on Christmas Day to go make sure people have their coffee when they're opening presents. So I'm just sitting here quietly. I've got my favorite Christmas treat, Bells and Stars. Archway Bells and Stars. When those cookies, they only come out like in November, and then it's pretty much a free-for-all. People scoop these things up. So I tend to buy them, the stores out, when I see a whole shelf full of them, so they last me throughout the Christmas season. Hey, Real Mafia, how you doing? Or Moflo. I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on. I should really. Oh, Moflo. Yeah. How you doing, Real Moflo? I hope your day's going well. Thanks for catching the stream. I'm just a small channel, still growing, but anytime anybody can pop in, it's much, much appreciated. I'm a tinkerer. I love playing with new toys. In fact, one of the things I'm going to do when I'm out and about today is I'm going to pick me up a Stream Deck. So I like playing with things, and I want to see what I can do with that thing to make streams go a little better. I did talk a little bit about my Space Invaders cabinet, Real Moflo. I'll bring up a better view in case you didn't see it. There we go. So, like I said before, I'm waiting for the marquee replacement and the front riser panel artwork replacement. What Buy Stuff did was they sent me a peel off marquee replacement label, and the problem is the T2 marquee is reverse printed acrylic, and that won't work. You can't get the old artwork off of that, so because it's printed. So I'm waiting. I've been in an email conversation with Buy Stuff, and I'm sure they're slammed right now trying to get their Christmas orders out. And so I'm waiting for them to send those two things to me to complete the artwork on the cabinet. I still have to film the wiring, and as you can see, it's up and running right now with the Retro Shooter kit. But I need to film my content for wiring, because I want to go slow and detailed so people get an idea of how this wiring goes. I did see a post from somebody in their Buy Stuff Facebook group earlier in the week, and they seemed lost about the wiring, and he did get it done, because I pointed him to PD7's video, and that's what I followed. And so it's pretty simple. I come from an IT background, and yes, I had probably a head start than most people, but I mean, Buy Stuff color codes and labels every cable, so you just have to put 2 and 2 together. But having PD7's video really helped me, and I'm sure it really helped that gentleman earlier in the week, because he posted later that he had his cabinet up and running. So that's great. So, every content creator in this space has put out videos about the AtGames announcement. I'm just going to mention it casually, because I'll flip over here. I don't know what to say about I have zero nostalgia for Killer Instinct. So, and the coin door bothers me. That coin door looks like they just lifted the technology from the 4K pinball and put it here. And so I wish the coin door was bigger. If not, just leave the coin door off. Just leave it to artwork and let us do what we want with it. But I from an artwork standpoint, I guess it's okay looking. It doesn't pop for me. I like the cabinet shape. I really like the form factor they went with here. I'm glad to see they did that. What I would like to see is skin choices like they're doing with the pinball. I would like to see them give us a choice as to what skin we want on that cabinet. And I'm sure there's going to be third-party providers that are going to come out with artwork for this too. And I'm just going to take a wait and see approach. The price I'm not too happy about, but there are arcade cabinets this size in similar form factor that are for about the same price. I wish it were probably for me. The sweet spot for price would have probably been around $8.99 to $9.99, that range. This is just for a guy like me that looks for bargains all the time. I just don't see myself shelling out $1,400 for this. I wish them luck. I'm happy for all of you Killer Instinct fans out there that love this artwork. By all means, scoop up this cabinet, add it to your arcade. The other thing too is I'm not so sure how much I need 4K. I'm not much of a modern gamer. Mine is all retro, and for me, retro gaming on 4K, I don't know if there's going to be that much of a marked improvement. So I'm not at all excited about this, but for those of you who are, great. I'm happy for you. I hope that because I support these companies, I'm a huge AtGames fan. So I mean, I own 3 of their major products. So I have the Mini, I have the Ultimate, and I have the Legends Pinball HD. So I hope this sells well, and if it comes down in price, it goes on sale, and has different artwork, or there are third-party providers that will give me the artwork change that I want for this, I'll jump on it. For now, I don't think I need it, and maybe you have the same feelings as I do. It is what it is. Anyway, that's all I'll say about the AtGames. Yeah, the lightning's kind of cool on that. The lightning is kind of cool on the artwork. And the purple is okay. I have a friend in my life that would probably go nuts for this cabinet for the purple alone. She's a big fan of purple. But for me, I'm looking for different artwork. I don't have much to say on the Nova Blast. Candy cabs just aren't nostalgic for me. Again, it's a personal preference. There are people out there that love those things. Content creators in this space that own candy cabs. I just don't see me wanting one. I have multicades that do what I need. If I am a tinkerer, I probably would love to play with it, but only if it's for cheap. I'm not going to plunk down that much money. Excuse me for taking drinks every once in a while, because my throat really gets dry talking a lot. I'm off this week, so I hope to get as many projects done down here as I can. I have a few things I need to do. I need to do a monitor replacement on the Joust, which you can't see, but it's there. You can kind of see it in that top shot there. It's to the right of that Dig Dug cabinet in the back. Well, actually, you can see it from here. It's to the right of the Dig Dug cabinet back there. But I have to take that cabinet apart to get at the monitor to do the replacement, because the bezel screws are above the speaker box. So I don't know why that design choice was made, but that's a project I have coming. And let's see what else. I got to finish the Space Invaders. That's been a huge project, but rewarding. I mean, just looking at it now, I'm very excited about it. I would love to find a 2-player control panel for Simpsons. I want to bring that down to 2 players. I have a coin door to put on that Tempest Atari Legacy from Retro 530. I have Glenn's GRS Build-A-Cade to do with Donkey Kong artwork. So I've got all of the components for that. I've got a Raspberry Pi. I've got pretty much everything else I need to get started on that. I just need to find time to do it. And I'm hoping to be able to do a lot of this stuff this week. So I do have the Buy Stuff Arcades upgrade SD card for the Ridge Racer mod, which I also need to find time to do. And I have a mod project for the Yoga Flame that I just picked up on sale this season. The 2 cabinets I bought this year were the Yoga Flame and the Class of 81 Deluxe. So I wanted to get some form of Miss Pac-Man back into my arcade. And you can see it in the shot there right behind the Space Invaders T2 cabinet. What else? What else could I talk about? Well, Real MoFlow arcade 1-up cabs, yes, they do look better. Especially when the artwork's more focused. The AtGames is busy because you got a lot of controls on the control panel. But for a multicade, I think it serves its purpose. You've got 2 spinners, you've got a trackball, you've got 2 joysticks, and all the buttons. I do like the button choice that they made, the button color choice that they made for the AtGames. I think it matches the cabinet really well. What else? I mentioned earlier in the stream, I'm off after this stream to head. I'm actually going to PD7's haunt, the Best Buy in Brookfield. So I'm going to pick up something there. I'm going to pick up the Stream Deck. And then I got some gift cards to go buy. But a couple of things I want to add to my streaming studio. And one is I need a good set of headphones so I don't get any feedback. I have a new lavalier microphone on order, which isn't coming until after New Year's, which kind of disappoints me because I was using it in the T2 mod. Most of that T2 mod video that I'm working on is probably going to be scripted and re-recorded under the video because the audio that I had filmed with the mod itself was delayed. And I have it. The microphone I chose was a cheap $30 microphone off Amazon, and you get what you pay for. I was seeing delays while recording on my Android phone. Now I'm seeing delays recording on my laptop. So PD7 gave me a recommendation on a microphone that he uses. So we're going to give that one a good try. And it's a lot more expensive than what I paid for originally. But having a lavalier microphone gives you a lot of freedom to move around the arcade and record content and as needed. To answer your question, Real MoFlow, the buttons came with the deck. Let me see if I have a picture of that. Oh God, I got a bunch of work pictures here now. Oh, this would be better. Just scroll and look for it. I know I took a picture of the control panel. Okay, so I do have a picture of it. Okay, so that's the control panel as it came. It came. I will say this about Buy Stuff. The way they ship things, their packing is just amazing. This control panel came fully assembled. Let's see if I have a picture of it from the backside. Yes, I do. So here's the backside, the underside of the control panel, and come on, come into focus. There you go. So this is the underside, and as you can see, you got your encoder board, you got all your buttons wired up, all the both joysticks, and then they have the USB connector and other connectors, cables, all wrapped up here nice and neat. And this all came in one box. It came in its own box, completely wired up from Buy Stuff. So yeah. So those, I love the button color scheme that they chose for that. I really do. It for this cabinet, it's perfect. And so I know some people in the community are not fans of lit buttons, but on this cabinet, they work, and they work beautifully. I'm a fan of them. I like lit buttons. I wasn't too upset about the Pac-Man XL having lit buttons. I could see where people would have appreciated having the choice to turn them on or off, like some of the other cabinets have. But, so this mod has been fun. It really has. I got a lot done actually in one day. I got most of the reskinning done in one day, and I thought that was going to take me a while because I wanted to take time with it. But yeah. So what am I going to do with the T2 guts? I don't know. I have the 17-inch monitor and bezel. I have the control panel, and of course I want to say CPU, but the board is still attached to the monitor that I took out. So in theory, and I have the guns from T2. So in theory, I could plug all that in and play the T2 game, but I have, it's on the Space Invaders or the Retro Shooter kit, and it actually plays better, in my opinion. So I may sell it down the line. I'm going to hold on to it for a little while because I'm just that way. Being in IT, I hold on to things for a while until I'm sure that nobody needs it anymore, and then I get rid of it. So that's what we do for servers. We decommission them. We move their services over to a new server, but we sit on the old server for a couple of weeks in case there's something on that server that the people need. So. We're coming up on 9:30. I think I'm going to end the stream because I have to head out. So I just want to say that I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I do plan on doing a stream next weekend as well. New Year's Eve. So I hope you have a great week. Hope tomorrow you get lots of presents, lots of arcade one-ups, or whatever you get for your home arcades. I hope you enjoy them and just have a great time with family and friends and celebrate the holidays. And we'll see you next time. Okay, take care.